Here you go, Heidi. I wanted to go ahead and do that comparison video for you. You can kind of see them side by side. They're both good looking cars. I mean, it's hard to say. I just kind of prefer the Jaguar body style, but this Lexus, I really like the cut lines on it too. The more I'm around it, the more I like them too. I just think this Jaguar looks so slick. It's just pretty undeniable. And I do like the inside setup in here a little better. Just kind of a personal preference. And it's, of course, it's got no miles on it. It's not that far. But I hate that cameras make the screens flicker through the camera. The screen does not flicker. It's kind of it's a different setup than I'm used to. Obviously, you know, it's not a Ford. It's not like a Chevy. It's kind of got its own, you know, feel to it. But I do really like there's a lot of things that you can do, so it kind of seems like a bit much at first, but it is really kind of spanned out and spread out, so they're kind of easy to figure out the selections. Like obviously the phone, go to your home, you can do the seats, like change the temperature, you know, for your heated seat. What else? I really like how this gear shift is, period, but also just kind of in comparison to the Lexus, it's kind of a simpler setup. You'll see that if you just flick it around, it doesn't do anything. However, whenever you push the button, you can go up for twice for reverse, or you can shift back one, go to neutral, do that. It has a good feel to it. It's a good, I like it. And then to put it in park, literally just press that, boom, you're in park. I like that the drive mode selector is right here. It's really convenient to get to, and it seems to respond really well. And I mean, just the button alone feels very like smooth, sturdy but smooth. All the manufacturers are kind of doing this auto off button, so you don't have to deal with that. It's kind of their way around. I really actually like how these dials are set up. They you can obviously turn your heat up, turn your heat down, either way, but they also I thought this was interesting. If you push it, then it brings up your seat, and you can turn it, you can adjust your seat that way, whether you want it an air conditioned or heated, which I think is really cool. It's really kind of a nice little feature. It's kind of an aesthetic thing, but it's nice to have. The buttons up here, really a lot of them do some of the same stuff as up here in your infotainment, but it's just kind of a quicker way. So if you wanted to get to your seat, then you just push that, and you can adjust your seat temperature however you want to do it, turn it off. But I really like how they set that up. It feels really smooth and really accurate. And this actually comes with the steering wheel cover, which normally is kind of like meh, but it comes with the Jaguar steering wheel cover, and it feels really good. Like it's got a good feel to it, period, but it's also made specifically for this wheel, so it fits really nice. You don't get any slip or anything like that. I really like that. It's that way, basically, whenever you are driving just dirt and oil and whatever that gets on every human's hands, you don't get on the steering wheel. I think that's a really cool, actually, little touch, and it feels very good. It's the nicest steering wheel cover that I've ever used personally. But you'll have, you know, all your options. I mean, this thing, it's got the heated steering wheel. It's gonna have mostly everything. I mean, and the center console is pretty deep. It actually goes, I don't know if you can see that, but it goes all the way under. How's this work? Oh, I didn't know that this came out. That's really cool. Actually, that's really cool. So, can you put this down? Oops. Oh my gosh, that is cool. So you can actually decide whether you even... On top of that, are you kidding me right now? I did not know this. This is so cool. I might be a little too impressed by it, but it's really cool that you actually have the option to either have the cover, like so, or you can have cup holders, or it comes out. That's so cool. I actually really like that. And it's see if I can get it in there with one hand. And it's solid too. That's cool. That is way cool. I really like that, actually. That's one of the cool. That's super cool. It's a brand new car, so I mean everything back here is going to be perfect, of course. Yeah, I just kind of like the setup here. I know this is getting to be an extended video, but I mean these cars just have, the ones you're looking at have so many options. It's hard to not say them all, but I could spend all day here. So I will move on to the next one. I even like the way those speakers look. Yeah, that's just a good looking car. That is a cool car right there. That is a way cool car. And it's got no miles. This one has a little bit higher miles. I mean, quite a bit higher, but still very low miles. It's at 37. Let's see. And now, one thing that they did in here that I really do like is this clock. That's classy. I like that. That is a classy look. You'll have some of your same stuff, like the other one will have this as well, but you have like your lane keeping assist, your adaptive cruise control, so you can decide how much space you want to keep between you and the car in front of you. One thing that they did on this that I really like, it seems to work pretty smoothly, is, so first of all, this is a button, this is a joystick. So, and if you look up here, I'm not sure if you can see that, but you can actually go through your infotainment system with using this, which it's really cool and it works really well. So I'm pretty impressed by that. Drive mode's kind of similar to the Explorer in this fact, where you can change your drive modes with this dial here. This also has kind of a different shifter than we're used to. I'll say that I prefer the Jaguar one, but it's not necessarily that this one is bad. It's just a little, if you see the pattern there, you do have to go that pattern to get to each one of those gears. So, you see what I'm saying here? You have to, it just feels a little awkward at first. But, I mean, it seems to work pretty well. It's not hard to get in the gear. Another thing that this one has that I think is really cool is, if you see, so it's hard to tell here, but you have the cup holder down there is for like tall coffee mugs for tumblers and stuff, or you can push that button and it'll come up and be a normal one. It's kind of small, it's kind of subtle, but I think it's really cool. It's really cool that they would do something like that. You don't see that in cars very often. The center console is a good size. It's not to be cracked on or anything. I'm just a little more impressed with the Jaguar center console, especially after that cup holder thing. That is so cool. That is a new discovery. Let's see. So you have kind of your normal. One thing I do like, this armrest is comfortable. That's in a good spot. But you have kind of like your normal stuff here. It does still have a CD player, which I think is cool. They're not putting those in cars anymore. It kind of drives me nuts, but I guess I'm an old school guy. The infotainment center is a good size. And it doesn't necessarily feel like it's in the way, even though it does kind of protrude above the dash. You will have a heated steering wheel. One thing I do like about this steering wheel, and that one may be like that too, I don't know, but this has like a real wooden steering wheel, which is cool. Like, I like that. And the heated steering wheel portions will be these right here, is where it heats up. I think they could have done a better job and had this heat up a little bit better, but it is what it is. But yeah, this is kind of the setup on this one. They both look good. They're both good cars. I just kind of prefer the Jaguar. I don't know. I prefer the Jaguar quite a bit, but that is not to crack on this car. I mean, this Lexus is really nice too. Just for, you know, for a few more reasons than one, I'm gonna choose the Jaguar. But that is kind of your side-by-side comparison of the two. Just kind of wanted to give you an example. Sorry it ran pretty long, but there's just so much to go over in these. All right, well, that's it. Thanks, Heidi.